Hi, welcome back to our series on ethics. Today we want to talk about the three main concepts of ethics, which are the good, virtue, and happiness. So let's define each of those. The good is what we seek as an end in itself. All right, so an end is different than a means. An end in itself is we seek it because it is the good, not because it's going to do anything else for us. So the good is what is sought as an end in itself for its own sake and not for the sake of anything else. Right? So you should be thinking about what is an end? What is an end in itself? And the next concept in ethics is virtue. Virtue is what is sought as a means to the good. So we have ends, which is like a goal, and means, which is how we achieve that goal. And so we've been talking about some virtues in our thinking series. For example, grit or courage. We've talked about those. Those are means to achieving your goal. The third concept in ethics is happiness. Some people think the good is happiness. But think about that. Can you pursue happiness as an end in itself? Can you seek it directly? Where would you find it? So happiness is not an end in itself. It is not the good, but it is the effect of possessing what we believe to be the good. So we think X is the good, and when we possess X, we're happy. When we lose X, we're unhappy. Maybe we're even miserable. So when we have the good, we're happy. So we have the good, the end in itself, virtue, the means to the end, or the means to the good, and there are many virtues. And there's happiness, the effect of possessing what we believe to be the good. Let's go back and talk about those virtues for a moment. We've been talking mostly about moral virtues in our thinking series. So virtues can be moral, they could be natural, or they could be instrumental. Let's talk about moral virtues. The classical virtues for the Greeks is wisdom, temperance, and courage, and justice. Wisdom, temperance, courage, justice. We can talk about those more in depth as we go along. Later, Christian theologians added faith, hope, and love to those virtues. So we have the classical virtues and the cardinal virtues, but they're all moral virtues. And we could add other moral virtues. Those are all means to the good. Natural virtues are virtues that we're born with. Things like physical strength, physical beauty, natural intelligence. These are things we may have more or less of by virtue of birth. And those are things that we have going for us in pursuit of the good. And then we have instrumental virtues. And instrumental virtues are all the tools that we need to achieve the good. For example, this iPhone is an instrumental virtue right now. So it could be food, shelter, money, clothing, all those things that we need to pursue the good. Technology. They're all means to the good. They're not the end in itself. They're means to the end. Okay, so today we talked about the three main concepts of ethics: the good, virtue, and happiness. Next time, I think we'll talk about theories that use those and develop those in certain ways and maybe give us skepticism in the field of ethics. All right, thank you for listening. I hope you will like, subscribe, and share.